Good morning, everyone. Got your coffee? I've got mine. So listen, before I get started saying what I want to say today, I have to say thank you to Begum. Begum, thank you so much. Your support of the Library Pantry will allow me to put more art kits in there. We've been putting art kits in the Library Pantry. I got a couple of them that I can show you, for example. This is a sketch set. I don't want to open it because, and show you guys. This is one of the sketch sets that we put in there. And of course, these tend to be a little bit more pricier than the things that we typically put in there. So we're very careful with how many of them we put in there. Like I'll put maybe about 4 of them in there a week. And whatever kids are lucky enough to get them, that's who gets them. And here's another example of another one. This is a much bigger one. It's more expensive, obviously. Here, pay attention to this because this shows you everything that's in there. You can see the standing sketch pad, the chalk, the pencils, the color pencils, the paint. And these, it's 148 pieces in this set. And these go over really well with the kids, from the elementary kids schools to the high school kids. Some of the art supplies, obviously, because we have some others too, they are geared toward the younger kids, but these go over pretty well with all of the kids. And we like to have some type of art in there for the kids too, because I think that art is important. I think it's a way for kids to express themselves in a very healthy manner. And we can't buy a lot of those because, like I said, they do tend to be pricier, but they go over so well with the kids. And whenever one of them is lucky enough to grab one, because like I said, we only put maybe about 4 of them out per week because of the price. And they are just so happy to get those art kits. They are. So thank you so much for your support and your generosity. I really do appreciate it. Let me talk about what I really want to talk about today. Sometimes, you know what, before I talk about that, let me say this. I am not a hotep. Every once in a while, I have to say that. I'm not a hotep. I don't even care for hoteps. I am not a Muslim. And pro-black doesn't mean anti-white, anti-Latino, Mexican, anti-Asian. It doesn't mean any of that for me. If it means that for you, I'm probably not someone that you should follow. I don't hate anybody. I don't need to hate anybody in order to love black people. I don't need to hate anybody. And I don't need to hate anybody in order to tell the truth about racism. So I'm not that person. And I notice that with people like to compartmentalize when it comes to other people. You like to put us into boxes. For example, my neighbor told everyone on the street that I was a Jehovah's Witness. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. All I told her was that last year, or was it the year before last, I told her that I don't celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving because she asked me how my holidays were. And I said, oh, well, I don't celebrate holidays. And she took that to mean that I was a Jehovah's Witness. And she told everybody on the block that I was a Jehovah's Witness. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. And just because I am pro-black, and I have an understanding of a good grasp on racism in all of its many forms, doesn't make me a hotep either. And it doesn't make me a Muslim either. Do not project your personal faith and beliefs onto me. My beliefs are my beliefs. Your beliefs are your beliefs. But, for example, recently, because I'm a pretty good cook, I posted some roasted pork chops, and then I posted some smothered pork chops. And it upset one of these incels out there. And he said, this is like the second time you've posted swine. Sir, if you don't eat pork, you don't eat pork. That's your business. This household over here in this household, we do. We do. And if you've got a problem with that, be a mature adult and move it along. If anyone ever has a problem with my beliefs or my ideology, I invite you to behave like an adult and go move someplace else. Just move it along. Or better yet, take your own platforms and build them up and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. Because if you are on YouTube, once again, you have your own platform. Talk about what you want to talk about. You don't get to tell me what to talk about. You don't get to tell me how to think, how to speak, how to walk, how to talk, how to move, how to do none of that. My light's getting ready to blow out. Anyway, but yeah, you don't get to tell me what to do. I'm a full-grown 55-year-old adult. In a couple of months, I'll be 55 years old. You don't get to tell me how to think and how to move. And I know that there are, not all, you have to say not all when it comes to this particular group. There are a lot of black men, not all of you, who for whatever reason really feel like you can control black women. Men in general feel like women belong to them to be able to control. But I don't go for that. That's not the kind of woman that I am. My husband don't control me like that. He can ask me, he can request of me, but he can't tell me to do anything. And if I don't let my husband do that, why would I let some weirdo on the internet do that? So, okay, enough of that. Anyway, listen, sometimes it takes me a while before I can talk about something specifically, because I have to get my headspace right for it. On November 24th, we lost Viola Fletcher. And the Tulsa race massacre is one of those moments in history that always puts me in my feelings. Because the injustice of it all. It's just one of those moments in history that just really deeply, deeply, deeply saddens me. And I have to get my head right to be able to talk about the death of the last living survivor of the Tulsa race massacre, who died at 111 years old, never having got justice. Black people in this nation are owed reparations. And the people who survived the Tulsa race massacre, I mean, they deserve their reparations. They sued for their reparations. America wouldn't give them their reparations. America wouldn't acknowledge all that they lost. And this is one of the reasons why we know how America really feels about black people. Just about everybody who has been done wrong about America has gotten some kind of reparations. Even the natives. People who were placed in internment camps. Even the Jews that got reparations from America. And that it was Germany that fucked over them. But America paid the Jews reparations. We did. Look it up. It's the truth. People that we didn't even owe reparations to got reparations from us. And black people have still not received reparations for all of the free labor and our contributions to building this nation and making this nation as rich as it is today. And for her to die, the sister to die, without ever having seen justice, having lived to be 111 years old, and she should have seen that justice in her lifetime, but she didn't, deeply saddens me. And so I didn't want to just let any more time go by without mentioning the death of Sister Viola Fletcher, who is now an ancestor. Rest in peace, sister. Rest in peace. On my timeline, let me tell you what else I want to talk about today. I follow all kinds of people. I follow the types of people who grow me and who can teach me something. And I follow anti-racists. I follow gay people. I follow trans people. I follow Asians. I follow natives. I follow most of those people who do anti-racist work within their communities. Those are the types of people that I follow. But I also consider myself to be an ally to the gay community. And I gotta say that even though I don't celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday, it was really so nice seeing so many of the gay people that I follow enjoying Thanksgiving the holiday with their family and their loved ones. And it gave me hope that black people, our community specifically, are starting to understand that we should not be throwing away our queer people. Many years ago, I used to work in homeless advocacy. And one of the biggest populations of homeless people were gay kids, especially black gay kids. And it would be nothing for the family, the black families of gay kids and trans kids, to throw them out into the street. They wouldn't even be 18 yet. They would be 15, 16, 17, being thrown out of their homes, the only home that they ever knew, just because they were gay or trans or otherwise queer. And that was always so hard for me to see people throw their kids away, because patriarchy or religious indoctrination told them to. I couldn't imagine throwing away a child of mine because they were gay. If you're gay, you're gay. And honestly, too, I do not believe that people are... It's just my belief. I don't believe that people decide to be gay. I think that people are born gay. And I'm going to go a step further. I do not believe that any one person is all the way straight or all the way gay. I think that, like with most things, sexuality is on a scale. And the scale can lean straight or the scale can lean gay. But do I think that most gay people are all the way gay? Yeah, some are. But I think that they can have some straight feelings too. And then I think the same thing with straight people who identify as straight. But I didn't mean to get all off into that. But I just really was happy to see so many black gay people, queer people, enjoying the holidays with their families. Families who, and maybe it was all a show, I don't know. But it seemed that they were happy and healthy and with their family. And once again, it gives me hope that our community is starting to understand that we can't afford to throw any of our soldiers away. Straight, gay, cis, hetero, homosexual. We need all our people. We need to love on all of our people, because we are community. And that's all I got to say about that. There is one other thing that I want to talk about, though. Why was black people in line for those bullshit Target swag bags? That's what y'all get. That's what y'all get. No backbone whatsoever. No backbone whatsoever. Went to Target. Shouldn't have been stepping foot in Target. Went to go get those little swag bags of Uno cards and nerds that they gave y'all. I have literally had people out in beautiful people who watch me every single day, seeing me better, more thoughtful, more elegant swag bags than what Target passed out to y'all while y'all stood out there in that long ass line in the cold. And that's what you get for breaking the boycott. Over a swag bag, over a bag, over some Uno cards. That's what y'all get. Some Uno cards, some lip gloss, some nerds. It was like Target emptied their junk drawers and gave y'all whatever the fuck was in them. And good for y'all. And y'all on the internet pretending that y'all happy about those bags. Please stop. Please stop. That's exactly what y'all get. Target, y'all stay letting Target play in y'all face. But if you stay your black asses out of Target, they can't play in your face now, can they? If you move with your people, you wouldn't be embarrassed all over the internet like that. I never would have posted that video. I never would have posted my black ass in Target breaking the boycott that my people started over some Uno cards. I never would have done that. I never would have posted that video. That's exactly what y'all get. That's all that I have for today. That's all I want to say. Anyway, if you would like to support the platform, buy me a cup of coffee or support the Library Pantry. I will leave my Cash App and my Venmo down in the comments. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good day. Have a righteous day. Do not be anybody's problem today. Talk to you tomorrow.